especially by the father of the success generation, Lito Lorenzana and Dr. Peter Koppinger, what they have created for over probably 4 to 5 decades will reach its limits, and we will be losing a very rare chance of making this country great. If we succeed, it's like saying if we are going to agree for a workable strategic plan for the entire federation, which will pave the way in restoring the Filipino dignity. If we are going to create a strong membership, that we will become a significant political force in the country. And if we are united, systematic, and professional in presenting our positions to political issues, then we will be able to return to our respective regions with a feeling of having contributed, modestly but effectively, in writing a new chapter in the history of our country. I should like at the start of this meeting to tell you how essential or important our activities today. That this volunteerism we are doing for the CDM entails a very difficult task. In our very young movement, we will have to combine our dynamism by bringing peoples and cultures, stressing the strong regional empowerment and those that came from our great rigor of thoughts and varying experiences. I shall conclude with a call of enthusiasm in participating in this activity. A call for each one of you here as officers of the Regional Council, to my colleague in the National Council, to our conveners, Lito and Peter, and of course to our very distinguished guest, Dr. Valers. I am enjoining you to be enthusiastic in participating, and let us all remember, whether you are a Filipino or a German, that we are all victims of a very wrong confrontations and governance in the past, and we should never become a victim again. We are all young people here, and if you think that you are no longer one, feel that you are young, and let us all be the children of the future. Feel that you are young, and let us all be the children of the future, dreaming for a greater freedom and opportunities in the Philippines. As your National President, I will bring to you the great appreciation of the National Council for your attendance to our very first National Strategic Planning. And I will forcefully underline the importance of our activities today, especially that it is highlighted by no less than Dr. Valers. All of us, 25 here, is strong enough to design the 2011 strategic plan and to decide some of the very important matters affecting the CDM Federation. As usual, we will be guided by Lito and Peter, as we all know that they have held the centrist movement in the Philippines for quite a long time, and their thoughts, practical knowledge, great expertise and experiences will be given greater weight as we are going through with our planning to ensure the quality of our output. Today's activity is part of a very challenging role for societal transformation in our country. Our movement have already accomplished great things for our country in just a year. The distance we traveled from the time we were handpicked by the conveners that you have seen something in us that can transform this country, and up to today is not so tumultuous compared to other political movements that I have seen here in the Philippines. Our growth is very smooth because we are tenderly guided by our conveners and we are faithfully listening to their inspiring messages. Our very presence together in this room is another accomplishment, for we are moving forward step by step, and surely we will be making a significant mark in this country. We have already reached more than 300 members, organized in 5 regions with the sterling performances of the regional councils. And we are aiming for another 4 regions for this year. You have already made your own regional strategic plan, laying down your own roadmap for this year. 2 months ago, just very recently, we have already organized the National Council, and we have already linked with the national political leaders, public officials in the country. At the same time, we must admit that our road is lined with many challenges ahead. Our decision-making is becoming more complex, and our strong presence in politics will be scrutinized in various manners. This will become more critical as we go nearer to the national power holders, political leaders, and as we are expanding. CDM Our federation must prepare for this through planning and be focused in attaining our strategic goal. Our country has no relevant political party. Our country today is in need of one that will provide for our democratization. Our work today will be only one phase for the CDM, but it is a key stage in giving our adventures for political power for national transformation a fresh start. What will our program be, and how shall we conduct our proceedings today? Our present situation prompts us to look back, to return to the birth of our movement, and to ask ourselves, what is the ultimate goal of our movement? As we are preparing our national strategic plan, we will have to ask each other this question. What do we expect of CDM for 2011? We must go back to our statutes, especially to our vision and its relevance for 2011, by listening constantly and closely with one another and analyze the issues at hand. We have something in common in all our regional strategic plan, and slowly we understand that we have to engage in controlling, attaining, or influencing political power. From the commonalities, we can derive the question, what the CDM wants. The answer to that question, based on the commonalities of our regional strategic plan, I believe can be summarized into three major components, and which will form our strategic action for 2011. These are first, membership, second, policy formulation, and the third one is our communication strategy. First of all, the membership component shall be given attention today. Our membership expansion will make our political movement more visible, and our movement will be a political force to be reckoned with, and we influence the current policymakers of this country. Also, the expansion will sustain our administrative existence, both from the region and in the national level. In boosting our membership, we have already decided that we should go directly to all the legislative districts all over the country. The district should be established by the regional council, and from there, we will source our expansion and political activities. Thus, I have formulated some few key questions which will help us in discussing this particular component. First, how many districts can your region establish this year, citing your current status and situation? Second, what is the minimum number of CDM member per district are we going to decide for it to become a regular CDM local organization? The third one, are we going to expand the type of people we are going to recruit? Previously, we have the young professionals. And now I have to ask you, how about the labor sectors, the faith-based organizations, other centrist Democrats in this country, and the most serious ones are the public officials,